Chapter 2. Is this about you and your dog, or you and your ex? As you will see throughout the book, I believe that the decision you make about what happens with your dog after a breakup should be based on what is best for the dog. And I'm sure that you and your former spouse/partner would agree with that. But it is my experience that while one may think that they are trying to meet the needs of their dog, humans are complicated. The process of separation and divorce is stressful and emotional, and so sometimes your feelings about your ex can cloud over the needs of the dog. Self-reflection exercises. I recommend that you use self-reflection to separate your feelings about your ex from your feelings about your dog. Although your dog may remind you of your ex, was once shared by you, and may stand for another life you and your ex once invested in and another future you once hoped for, your dog is a unique, individual creature with a life of its own. If you had not chosen them, someone else would have. Your dog would be living elsewhere with other people and probably doing just as well in a completely different place and under different circumstances. As much as your dog was part of the life you both shared, it is also an individual being who deserves to be seen as such. Similarly, you are separate from your dog and whatever circumstances you find yourself in. Be introspective. You have worth that resides simply in your being you. Try paying attention to the present moment. Observe what is without evaluation or criticism, and accept whatever you experience, pain, hurt, doubt, etc., without becoming attached to it as self-defining. Regular introspection will help you to refocus on positive thoughts and feelings that will help you make the best sorts of decisions. Instead of searching for answers to why you feel the way you do or why things have happened, look at what has happened and what you feel instead. Ask yourself questions that highlight what you are like and how you think and feel without self-judgment. Here are some examples of the questions you can ask yourself. Am I getting stressed out by matters that are out of my control? What matters are within my control? What am I worried about in the future? What do I love about my life? What do I want to do next? Don't try to assess your self-worth through the eyes of your dog. Your dog does not see you the way another person would. Your dog does not need you to be perfect, successful, productive, and in an ideal state of mind, but they do need you to be predictable and available. It's easy to neglect the dog and their normal routines when life becomes demanding. Rather than try to relate to the dog on an emotional level, the most valuable thing you can do is to maintain consistent routines and exercise. Do the activities your dog likes the most, like a walk, a game of fetch at the park, or maybe a ride in the car, to settle their body and mind when things feel a bit overwhelming. Stumbling blocks. During separation, 3 of the largest stumbling blocks to doing what is best for the dog are 1. Humanizing the dog, 2. Weaponizing the dog, 3. Bargaining over the dog. In each of the above scenarios, you may lose sight of the interests of the dog, and this can have a negative impact on your ability to come to a rational decision or agreement with your human partner over the future custody of the dog. Humanizing the dog. Most of us are guilty of anthropomorphizing dogs, and there's nothing wrong with doing so with a sense of humor. However, you should avoid humanizing your dog as if he or she were literally a child. If your dog has become a child substitute in your heart, if you are genuinely upset if someone calls you a dog guardian instead of a dog dad or dog mom, it may be difficult to make a clear-headed decision about custody. If you can't see dogs for what they are, you are less likely to see a dog's needs for what they are.